Okay, very good morning to all of you. Welcome to the fireside chat of MBA department of Swami Vivekananda Group of Institutes. It is being jointly organized by HR Sampark, the People Group. Today, our guest of honor is Ms. Sital Junjulala. So she is an instructor and healer. She is specialized in panic healing applications for companies, supported by years of experience in working in companies and the businesses. She has a degree in finance from Wharton School of Business and is authorized trainer with the World Pranic Healing Foundation, Institute of Inner Studies, Manila. So big, so a lot of profile, because that's why I have to read it out because I cannot remember all those things. So thank you so
Thank
much and welcome to our show. Thank you,
thank you.
Shital, for our show. Yeah, coming to our show actually.
Thank you so much. I think it's a wonderful program. I saw a couple of the other fireside chats. So it's really nice initiative. Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So, I was just going through your profile. The term this pranic healing is
Yeah.
basically very new to me as well as the students. So it will be great if you can just explain that what is all about. What is the pranic healing is all about?
Sure. So I'll start with this. When you go to meet some people, sometimes do you feel good? And there's certain people you
Mm,
go to meet, or there are certain places that we go to, and we just feel miserable there. We just don't want to go. Suppose your friend says, "Acha, let's go there." You're like, "Ekhane jabo na, ichha nahi," right?
right,
So reason
right.
for that is because of energy level in that place, and also the quality of energy. So what pranic healing
Right.
basically does is that it helps change that energy. That's one application of pranic healing. So if a place is negative, or some of the people in that area are negative, then pranic healing can help change that. Pranic healing can also help with our own health. And so, to answer the question, what is pranic healing? Pranic healing is basically the way of removing dirty energy, diseased energy, used up energy, negative thoughts, emotions from somebody's aura, and literally throwing them away.
Okay.
If there is some dirt on the floor, what do? We just sweep it, right? We just pick
Right.
up the dirt and we put it in a dustbin. So we do that similarly at the energy level. So that's one process. The other is we put fresh energy into the chakra. So let's say, for example,
Okay.
someone has a lot of anger and they've been angry for a very long time. Now, once you remove the anger, then there is a gap there. So with pranic healing, we also fill that gap with love, with kindness, with patience, with affection. And that energy comes from the healer.
Okay.
So the healer removes any dirty energy, the healer puts in fresh energy. Of course, you can also do healing for yourself, but right now I'm just explaining pranic healing from the context of somebody else doing healing for another person.
Hmm. Okay. Great. So, is it applicable for the individuals or the corporate as well?
Yeah, so the individual definitely applicable for the individual at the physical
Hmm.
level. If there are any health problems like migraine problems, especially for companies, when they have a lot of sick leave, people are taking a lot of sick leave, or people are so stressed. Sometimes they're
Right.
stressed because of issues, sometimes they're stressed because of office issues. But either
Right.
way, the stress level is very high. So when the stress
Right.
level is very high, then obviously people find it difficult to be productive, and that is relevant for a company. So one is, of course, healing of the individual of whatever health issue they may have at the physical level or the emotional level. The other thing that
Right.
I specialize in is basically healing for a company. So let's say, for example,
Okay.
you have a company. So the human body has chakras. I'm sure you've heard of in yoga. There are
Right.
chakras, right? So in pranic healing, we
Right.
talk about 11 chakras compared to yoga, which talks about 7. So there are 11 major
Mhm.
chakras that we work. Now, in pranic healing, the concept also is that a company, for example, is an entity. It's a legal entity. We all know that, right? If there's a
Right.
company
Right.
or a private limited company, these are legal entities. Now, these
Right.
entities also have their own chakras. So what
Mhm.
happens is in pranic healing, what we can do is if that a certain department is malfunctioning. So each of these departments control a certain chakra. For example, there's HR, there's production, there's
Mhm.
planning, there's
Right.
execution, there's
Right.
all kinds of things. So each chakra actually controls a particular department of a company. So when I say
Mhm.
pranic healing for business or pranic healing for company, what I'm basically saying is that we will heal that particular chakra. So let's say, for example, a
Right.
company is having a lot of labor issues, or a lot of
Mhm.
problems of coordination between certain departments. Like two departments that need to talk to each other are not properly talking to each other. So pranic healing can help with
Mhm.
with 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 healing some of that at the energy level. So the idea is that when
Okay.
you heal something at the energy level, it gradually manifests at the physical level. It's like the energy is a
Right.
mold. So we correct the
Great.
mold, and once the mold is clean and clear, then automatically the energy will physicalize. So if there's financial
Right.
problems, HR problems, like I said, production problems. I mean, I've solved production problems for people,
Okay.
manufacturing process problems. Yeah. So the guy was like, "How are you going to do this?" And the beauty is, pranic healing is done distant. So it's not like I have to go to the company. I can just sit here in my home or in my office, and I can heal
Okay.
somebody's company, maybe in America.
Okay.
And
That's
he's like,
wonderful.
how will you, yeah, he's like, how will you sitting here in your pranic healing center, which happens to be in Baliganj place, how will you sitting here heal my company, which is, a factory somewhere,
Mhm.
and you're going to solve the manufacturing problems? Like, what do you know about manufacturing? Well, the beauty is that one, because I've worked so much in different industries, I do have an idea of manufacturing. So AI can guide
Mhm.
people at the physical level. But at the energy level, we can send energy, we can understand what's happening at the energetic level, and we can clean and we can restore the energy level of that particular job. So that's what we do.
Okay. That's
So that's
wonderful,
really,
actually. Uh-huh. So
yeah,
that
I have a lot
that
of
is
clients.
one of the right, right. I can understand actually. So that is very much essential in nowadays of the social distancing and this COVID-19 affected lockdown where the people cannot move physically. So this kind
Yes,
of consultation, the activities can be very useful for the corporate, I guess. So coming
yes,
from
yes.
this point, actually from this COVID-19 thing, do you think that this COVID-19 related issues can be solved by your techniques of pranic healing?
Yes, yes. We have solved, our team has solved about 4 cases of COVID-19 in 3 days, which basically means that the person is
Okay. Okay.
diagnosed and within 3 days the
Uh-huh.
COVID-19 was cleared. One was a
Okay.
70-year-old man with Parkinson's, hospitalized for a completely different process, but got COVID-19
Mhm.
and healed him. So, yeah, at the physical level, COVID-19 can be cured with the help of pranic healing.
Mhm.
Of course, medical treatment is required. So, it's not like
Okay.
we're only going to do healing. You still need to take medicines or do whatever the
Mhm.
doctor is saying. Next is a preventive,
Right.
because a lot of COVID-19 deaths are happening because of fear also. So like I
Right.
said, psychological healing can be done. So if you have someone who's
Right.
like so scared of COVID-19, doesn't want to come to work, we can do healing for them. And of
Okay.
course, there is healing of the company itself. So I tell a lot of my clients is
Uh-huh.
like, yes, you can't go out, yes, your workers can't come in, but you can think of new ways of doing business. And some people have difficulty in that. They have a block. It's like, no, my business cannot be done in any other way. So what pranic
Right.
healing does, it also helps to clear those blockages. So we can clear financial
Okay.
blockages for a company, and we can
Mhm.
clear even mental blockages. So what happens then is that the
Okay.
person is able to think of different ways of making money in the same business, or if they
Mhm.
need to change business, then when
Mhm.
you start taking pranic healing, new ideas start to come, and the transition begins to happen. So let's say,
Okay.
for example, you're selling, I know somebody who's selling microgreens. Microgreens are like small plants,
Mhm.
nutritionally very, very good. So she was like, I don't know, I can't send them, blah, 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 blah. And then we're like, okay, take pranic healing. Maybe you can just use Swiggy Genie so
Mhm.
simple solutions. They're already there, but we just don't see them because we've got these, most of us have them. Okay. I do too in certain areas. We had these blinders on. You've seen the blinders on horses, right? That's to make them go in one direction. I don't know how many people have actually seen horses
Right.
here,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
this
Right.
generation. But anyway, if
Mhm.
you have blinders on, so pranic healing also
Right.
helps to, remove those blinders or gradually make them wider so you can see more. And when you can see more, then you can find your own solutions. One thing I'd like to
Mhm.
add, Amitava, is that one beauty that I
Right.
feel with pranic healing is that
Uh-huh.
we try and enable the person to see for themselves. It's not like you're coming to a guru or a healer
Okay.
and the healer will tell you what to do and solve your life problem. That's not how pranic healing exactly functions. There is some of that. Obviously, I as a healer am going to give you some advice or give the person some advice. But it's also about helping people develop their own
Right.
discernment. So you don't, even if someone's taking healing from
Right.
us, we don't want them to take healing forever and ever. We want them to become strong physically, mentally,
Right.
emotionally, and then become independent. So we are really more in the business of helping people
Mhm.
become independent. So I just wanted to mention that point because that's really important to us as healers, is
Right.
to
Right.
make the
Right.
client.
Right. Right. Mhm. So that
And
that
hopefully,
is required actually because of this. Mhm. Yeah,
and
please
hopefully our
carry on.
revenue
Yeah.
continues. And hopefully our revenue continues because they send us references, not because they're continuing to be clients, but because they're sending clients. Does that make sense? Because see, everything has a business model. So I want to be clear. I don't want to leave
Right.
questions that okay, then how do they manage?
Right. Right. Definitely. So it's a good because of this stressful situation of the present, pandemic. Because most of the people and the companies would be requiring your services, I guess. Because a lot of people are going through a lot of stress and this kind of situation, they would be requiring healing because the people are, either they are having, losing their jobs or losing their businesses, losing their normal, the revenues are earning actually, because of the lockdown. So they need some support actually, at least some mental support. This business process re-engineering is also required, that how they can earn differently. Like we can say that example of this Wow Momo. They are into the business of the momo, but now they are into the business of delivering groceries. So they
Yes,
are also changing. So
exactly.
definitely the other companies definitely can also think of that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this kind of creative thinking
Right.
comes when you take pranic healing, or you learn pranic healing, or you do the meditation with
Right.
us. These are two simple tools that you can use. People can
Right.
use.
Right. So is somehow related this pranic healing related to stress management, or rather, I would like to ask you that whether a little bit of stress is required for an human being to be productive.
I agree. Some amount of stress is required, but too much stress becomes destructive for the body. The reason for that is
Mhm.
because a certain amount of stress causes our adrenal glands, which are located in our kidneys, to function properly. Okay, but
Mhm.
they are programmed, or they are produced to be at high levels only for a certain period. You can't keep something running. You can't keep a Ferrari running for more than 8 hours, for example, even if it is a Ferrari, for example. Okay,
Right.
I'm just using
Right.
8 hours as an example. You have to
Right.
stop it. It needs a pit stop,
Mhm.
for example. So similarly, the body
Right.
needs a stop.
Right.
Is what happens is that first, people's digestion starts to suffer. Common problem, gas forgetting,
Mhm.
not
Right.
able
Right.
to digest properly, not able to. Usually, it's digestion or excretion problems.
Right.
Okay, if
Mhm.
that doesn't work properly, then what happens? It goes further down. Then people start to have either loose bowel movement or start to have constipation. When the body can't handle it further, then the progression of the disease sometimes goes upwards. Then people have heart problems. In case the
Mhm.
energy is not handled by that, also it moves to the back, and then people have hypertension problems. When that doesn't
Right.
work, it goes further up and it develops into pain problems like stroke, glaucoma, etc. So this is
Mhm.
just an idea of how the energy progresses. So high level of stress is okay as long as you don't have too many digestive problems and you're able to digest most anything. That's good. But if it's
Okay.
going
Great.
beyond that, then we have a problem. So stress is different from purpose. Having a purpose in life, having a goal in life is different from being stressed about it. Being
Great.
committed
Great.
to meet your deadlines is different from being stressed about meeting your deadlines.
Right. True.
And
True.
the evaluation of choosing a deadline that works, or choosing a task that you can do in a
Right.
certain period, is what requires mental power. That's what pranic healing helps with, or meditation, or some of the other techniques that are simpler to do. It's like it helps you to choose the right task, choose the right. I can try to do something in like 5 different ways. How do
Mhm.
I know which is the right one to do under the circumstances? My
Right.
intuition tells me. How does my intuition
True.
tell me? Because it's open. How is it open? Because any meditative process. I'm not saying that pranic healing is the only solution. There are so many
Mhm.
other meditative processes. The students can do any of them. But the purpose
Right.
basically is to open up your intuition so that the energy flows, all your work gets done smoothly, right?
Great. Great. Okay.
That's
Fine.
how Krishna won. That's how the Pandavas won the battle with the Kauravas, because
Mhm.
they had the guidance. I mean, I'm not trying to make
Right.
this religious. I'm just trying to use a historical allegory to explain.
Right. I can understand. Yeah. Right. So thank you so much for this wonderful explanation. Actually, this is new things for me as well. So as you know that we are doing this program mainly for our students, as we are basically from an educational institute. So the students are having some typical questions. Like number one is how to handle the stress during the interview. because they are passing out in this year or the coming year, so they have to attend different campus interview, off campus interviews. So most of the time they are becoming very much stressful and performing poorly at the time of interview. So what would be your suggestion to overcome those kind of stress, you can say, during the interview?
Okay. So there are a couple of things that we can do. There are 4 things that I want to talk about. 2 I can talk about here, and 2 I will need a slightly longer session. So you can just hear the explanation, and then you can. One is, of course, you can connect your tongue. We all have a tongue. Connect it to the roof of.
Okay.
Connected to the roof of your mouth. Now, this is something that you can use, obviously, not while you're talking, but while the interviewer is talking. So if you're talking to me and I'm silent, then I keep my tongue connected to the palate. What this does is that it switches the light of your brain. Okay. So have you seen a light switch? Everybody uses a light switch in their house. What do? You just press the switch and the light comes on. Right?
Right.
You ever wonder and ask what is the circuitry behind it? Unless you're an engineer, of course, what is the circuitry? Is it a mercury bulb? Where is the power coming from? What is the voltage? Do you worry about all that? No. You just switch on the light, you switch on the bulb, and the light comes on.
Right.
Similarly, this is a switch for the body. Connect the tongue to the palate.
Okay.
Why? Because it completes the energy. Just to explain, because you may have some engineering guys here. You have an MBA class, right? So what it does is that it just completes the circuit. For those who are electricals engineers will understand this. There's a circuitry in the electrical system. And when you press the switch, the circuit is complete, and therefore the electricity flows. And when the electricity flows, the light comes on. Similarly, in our body also we have a lot of circuitry. These are called meridians or nadis. If you may have heard this term somewhere. So what happens is when you connect the tongue to the palate, and the body has to eat, right? So there are holes in the body, right? One of the holes is here because we put food here. But when we connect the tongue to palate, the circuit is closed. When the circuit is closed, the energy flows. When the energy flows, the light bulb in your brain is going to turn on. Okay. So this is something you can use for stress management. B, students can also use this when studying. When you have to learn a lot of things in a short period of time, just connect your tongue to palate and see if it speeds up the learning ability. Why? Because you have more energy. Your brain is open. Okay. And so when you're reading, when you're writing, when you don't have to talk, and when you're going for an interview, if you just keep your tongue connected to the palate, when the interview is speaking, so the interviewer is asking you a question or whatever is going on, you just connect your tongue connected to the palate. What happens is that your energy circuitry is better. So when the interviewer asks you a question, A, you'll remain calm. B, you'll understand the question. Very often people don't get hired because they don't answer the question that the interviewer is asking.
Right. True.
It'll help you to understand the question. So these are very simple tools. You can do it any time of the day. Just don't do it in a dirty place. So definitely not on the toilet. Just being very clear, don't go on the toilet, but anywhere else which is relatively clean, you can connect your tongue to your palate. That's one. Second thing, stress. Everybody takes a bath every day.
Right.
Yes, with water and soap. So along with that, what I can suggest is that you take a handful of salt, normal salt, like Ranna Ghore, the kitchen salt you can take, one handful of salt, keep it in a plastic bottle in your bathroom. Just take one handful of salt and apply it everywhere on your body. Okay, especially here, your throat, on your heart, on your stomach, on your navel. Okay, these 5 places definitely. Also at the back if you have lower back pain. Okay, so just take this handful of salt and just apply it everywhere on your body. Keep it for a few minutes. Your body is still wet. The salt will gradually melt. Once the salt is, 2-3 minutes is enough, and then just wash it off with water.
Okay.
This is something that you can do every day for the rest of your life. What this does is that it gets rid of some amount of negative energy that is there in our aura. Because, when we go to places, we go in there, we pick up energy from here and there. And that energy is sitting in our aura. If too much dirty energy or stress energy collects in our aura, then it gradually makes its way into the physical body. And once it enters the physical body, that's when we have high stress or disease. So if you just keep getting rid of it before it enters your body, when it's still in your aura, then you've solved a lot of the problems. So minor pains and aches, minor falling sick, all of this will go away in a few years if you just continue taking these. So these are 2 techniques.
Correct.
The third technique that I want to talk
Mhm.
about is something called super brain yoga, for which I need more time to explain. So I'll just talk about it so we can decide, if people want to learn, then we can teach this later. It's a
Sure.
2-minute technique,
Yeah.
but I still need about 20 minutes to explain it. So this particular technique is to balance the upper chakras and the lower chakras. So you may say, what's the big deal with these chakras? Okay. Why do we need to balance them? Isn't it good that we are intellectual or not? So I'd like to explain this with another allegory. And these are all allegories, okay? So don't take them to the next level, it's just allegories. If you have a car, okay, and it has 4 wheels in it, do the wheels need to be of the same size?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. So what if I give you an airplane tire? It's very expensive, very difficult to find. I gift you an airplane tire. Amitabh, here, put this in your car. Is it of any use to you? It's very expensive.
Not.
It's a
Yeah.
big, very big. Is it of
Right.
any
But
use?
it is not going to. Yeah. It is not going to be useful by a car.
Yes. Why?
Yeah.
Because your car needs balance. Your car needs all 4 chakras to be of the same size.
Right.
So if I give you one auto tire and I give you one airplane tire, your car is not going anywhere. The car is just
Right.
going to be where it is. Now
Mhm.
the other thing. Now suppose there are 4 wheels in a car. Okay. Now 2 are going in forward gear for those of us who drive, and 2 are going in reverse gear. Is the car going to move?
No.
Why not?
Definitely.
They're working very hard. Very hard.
Right.
The front tires are pushing in the front and the back tires are pushing at the back. Is the car
Right.
going anywhere? Not
No.
going anywhere. Why?
Yeah.
Because they're not moving in the same direction, right?
True.
So your chakras are like your tires in your car. This is my car. Okay, this is what I
Mhm.
use to go places, to do things. So my chakras need to be balanced. They need to be of the same size, and they need to be moving in the same direction. So super brain yoga is an exercise that helps to balance the chakras, the direction in which they are going, and the size. If there's extra
Right.
energy in one place, super brain yoga moves that energy to another part of the body, and therefore the chakras get balanced. We don't waste the energy, we just reallocate the energy. It's a
Right.
2-minute exercise, like I said, but I do need some time to explain it to you. So
Mhm.
that's one. Another thing I'd like to say is, have you seen people who are very good planners? They make very good plans.
Right.
I'll do this,
True.
I'll do that. Grand big plan has been made. It's a good plan, okay? I'm not saying there's
Right.
anything wrong with planning. It's a
Mhm.
good plan. But somehow nothing happens. Why is
Right.
that? Then there are other
The pl-
people, you see
Mhm.
them working very hard from morning to
Right.
night, running around from place to place.
Mhm.
Again, nothing happens. They're working
Right.
very hard, but you can see it.
Right.
And you can, as an HR in any company, you can see it. There some people are very good planners, good ideas. Some people are working very hard, but where is the output in the company? It's not there.
Mhm.
Why?
Right.
Because certain people's chakras in the upper area are bigger, the lower chakras are not big. So it's like
Mhm.
having an airplane tire on your head and having a regular tire on the bottom. Car is not going anywhere.
Mhm. Right.
Or if there are people who are working very hard at the physical level, running around doing so many things, they have an airplane tire at the bottom, but they have a normal tire on the top. So what's happening is the
Right.
car is not moving. Okay, I'm just using a car
Mhm.
example just to make it very
Right.
simple.
Right. Yeah. Mhm.
So this 2-minute exercise, if you give me an opportunity, I can teach your group.
Mhm.
Will help them balance this. They can do this before an interview. You can do it before an exam. You can do it during an exam. You can do it anytime,
Right.
and you can do it anywhere where the
Right.
place is clean. And
Mhm.
again, there are some other conditions which, like I said, I'll need some more time to explain. The fourth
Right.
thing that I can
Right.
suggest
Right.
is,
Right.
so this was third, which is super brain yoga. The fourth thing I can suggest is a short meditation. This meditation is done sitting on a chair. So for most of us who are now afraid to sit alti palti,
Mhm.
most of us can't sit on the floor. Many of us have back pain,
Mhm.
unfortunately. It's a very common situation. So this particular meditation is done sitting on a
Right.
chair. It's called,
Mhm.
it's and the beauty of this meditation is like, it's like taking a spiritual shower. So you take a shower every day, right? You take a bath.
Right.
Suppose you don't take a bath for 4 days. What's going to happen to you? If you don't
Mhm.
take a bath for 4 days, what's going to happen to you?
Yeah. The body will
Are
be
you going
dry
to be
and a lot of
irritated?
yeah.
Are you going to be irritated?
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So this particular meditation is like taking a spiritual bath. You take a bath with energy. So
Mhm.
when you take a bath with energy, it washes away the normal, regular stuff that is happening that needs to get rid of. Okay, suppose we are all at home right now. Suppose you don't take a
Right.
bath for a month. 3
Mhm.
days out of laziness, you don't take a bath. I can understand. But the fourth, fifth day, you'll be like, that's enough. Now I need to take a bath. Right?
Right.
So similarly,
Right.
this meditation is like taking an energy bath. You take an energy bath, you get rid of bad luck. So this is also what we call a good luck meditation. Why?
Okay.
Because if my vessel, so all of us have these vessels. We are vessels. Patra. Okay. Now suppose my vessel is full of dirty stuff. Let me use a different example. My teacup. Okay. So you drink tea every day. Yeah. Suppose I give you
Right.
tea that I just made in the kitchen and I serve it in the cup that wasn't washed that you used yesterday. Is it usable? Are you
No.
going to drink that? Why?
Not.
Tea is fresh. The cover just
Right.
made fresh from the kitchen. Why won't you?
Right.
Why won't you drink?
The
Because
cup
the
is
cup
not
is
right. True.
similarly. A lot of us are praying a lot of times. Maybe there are other meditations that people are doing, but unless
Hmm.
your cup is clean, even if
True.
energy comes in, what's going to happen to it? It's just going to get dirty. Nothing is going to happen. In fact, the cup is going to be even dirtier, right? So if you take
Mhm.
clean stuff into your body without cleaning the body itself, that's why you see some people, and I'm not trying to be nasty to anybody. That's not the intention. I'm just trying to share a thought that sometimes you know people who are very intellectual. You can see they're very smart, but they're not using their knowledge in the right way. Why is that? They have the knowledge, but it's in a cup that's not clean. Then you're like, okay, what do
Right.
I do now? It's the cup I have. To clean the cup. That's it. Do any form of meditation. For pranic healing works for us because I know what it does. I used to be a very angry, irritated, violent person. So, I know what it has done to me. And so that's why I teach it and that's why I enjoy doing it because I can know what it does. So, you just, if you do the meditation regularly, it's like taking a bath. Whatever bad luck you've collected for whatever reason, for wherever you went, whatever happened, you just start washing all that bad luck away. Because to clean energy, like I said, there's the salt bath which helps to some extent. The next level of cleansing is energy coming from higher sources, and that comes through
Right.
meditation. So
Right.
this is the fourth technique. This will also require about 30-40 minutes. Again, the meditation is only 20 minutes, but I require some time to explain the technique.
Hmm.
So these are the four
Right.
things that I can offer at this point.
Right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this wonderful explanation. Definitely, that is going to be beneficial for our students and the greater community as well. But what I can understand that this requires some more time for the more explanation and for the practice.
Yes.
Actually, definitely I'll be talking with the students so that we can organize some session specifically designed for this program. So
That'll
definitely
be
that is going to be useful. So before we end, actually, if you can say some 2-3 points, how they can absorb more information during their studies, um, uh, because they are having lots of pressure during the semester, a lot of papers to be completed within a very short period of time. So if you can give 2-3 points for that.
So, at the risk of repeating myself, like I said, tongue to palate. When you're studying, connect your tongue to
Right.
palate. You will be able to think many times faster. So,
Hmm.
again, I'm just going to use an example. Not trying to make this religious, but these are just ideas that come to me. Have you seen the picture of Ganesha, Lord Ganesha? What is he
Right.
known for?
Hmm.
What is he known for? For reading and writing. For reading and writing very fast. He's the
Hmm.
author of the Mahabharata. So
Right.
we're not focusing on the religious side, okay? We're just focusing on the physical side. He's
Right.
the writer of the Mahabharata. He writes
Right.
and reads very fast. He's very, very
Hmm.
intelligent. What
Right.
does he do?
Hmm.
Okay, he connects the tongue to palate. This is an
Okay.
ancient technique. Jainism
Okay.
also has Jains also practice this technique. Again, not to make it religious, I'm just sharing techniques. And
Again. Again. Yeah.
I'm trying to give a
Right.
basis for sharing techniques. The other thing that Lord Ganesha does is that he folds his left leg and sits. If you've noticed in any of the murtis or the pictures of the
Hmm.
Lord Ganesha, he's got his
Hmm.
left leg folded, not the right, the left leg. The other thing they can do is they
Okay.
can fold their left leg and sit. So they need a chair which doesn't have armrests, or they can
Hmm.
sit on a gaddi and fold
Hmm.
your leg and put it close to your perineum. This is the
Hmm.
second technique. This is actually technique number
Okay.
5. if you just go through my
Right.
list. This will
Right.
also help you faster. I'd like to say that initially people, and one more thing I'd like to add here is that pranic healing is a it's very smooth technology. So
Mhm.
initially it may happen that the person may think कि कुछ तो हुआ नहीं, कुछ तो हुआ नहीं. What you need to understand is that when you use these techniques, your brain is working much, much faster than
Mhm.
you can work. So what has
Mhm.
happened when you use tongue to palate and you study, your brain has absorbed that information. But for
Right.
us to understand that the brain has accepted this information takes some time.
Time. Okay.
So if you feel it's not working, don't give it up in the first day. Continue with it for a few months or maybe a week, and then try studying without doing this tongue to palate for a
Right.
week, and then you'll understand it. Because
Right.
pranic healing, like I said, is very slow, very smooth. It's like you can barely feel it
True.
sometimes, at least this particular
Right.
technique. So continue with it. Your brain has absorbed the information. It is there. When you need it, it will come. But you need to have, just the patience to just continue. So these are two things I can suggest. Left
Right.
leg folded, sit on a gaddi when you're
Okay.
studying. Um,
Right.
because if there's a handle, then you can't fold your leg, and you have to
Right.
fold your left leg,
True.
and of course tongue to palate, of course, and the salt bath to just keep your body clean. Because it's only when it's clean that you can absorb more information.
Right.
If your notebook
Right.
is
True.
full, even if you put more notes in it, they'll be muddled. You won't be able to find the notes properly, right? I've
Right.
seen notebooks of
True.
kids. So your notebook has to be
Uh,
relatively empty and open. So for that, take a salt bath, clean your aura, then study and absorb information.
right. Okay. Thank you so much, Sheetal, for sharing all of your valuable experiences. And that is
Thank
definitely going to be beneficial for our students, definitely. And we'll be getting in touch with you in future to conduct some more sessions with you for our students. So it is really
you. Great.
interesting and really valuable for all of us. And thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much thank you so much from our MBA department as well as from the HR Sampark family to be a part of our program. Thank you so much, Sheetal.
Thank you. Thank you, Amitabha, for having me. And just want to add that, these are all teachings that I've received from my guru, Master Chua. They are not mine.
Mm.
And if I've made any mistakes in conveying them to you, then those are my mistakes, not the mistakes of the teacher. So, thank you.
Thank you so much.